Good morning, Money Making Monday. If you can hear me okay, do me a favor and comment. And just want to make sure that you guys can hear me so I can say Happy Mother's Day to my mom, to my wife, to my sister, to all the mothers in my family, and all the moms that are watching and in your family. Happy Mother's Day. And I hope that you guys had an amazing weekend, okay? So if you can hear me okay, can you guys do me a favor and just comment so I know that you can hear me? All right, just comment real quick. Just put like, hey, I can hear you. Awesome. So I see here it says, hey, what's up? What's up? Loud and clear, loud and clear. Happy Mother's Day. I can hear you. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. Everything coming in now. You can hear, I can hear you. Sounds great. Hello. Hello. All right. Great. So by popular request, it's like, hey, Carlos, can you talk about credit repair? Can you talk about credit repair? I'm like, sure. I'll talk about credit repair again. So if you've been following Paper Call and what we've been doing for the last few years, uh, you probably seen some of our trainings in credit repair lead generation and especially for calls, right? So that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to give you like a behind the scenes on how you can generate credit repair calls. And FYI, we buy those calls. That's why we created the training so you can generate more calls. Now, this what we're going to be talking about today and this training is going to be specially beneficial for those of you that own a credit repair company or provide credit repair services yourself. All right, this will be the secret sauce to unlocking, unlimited amount of clients coming into your business. Side note, I was seriously considering starting a credit repair business myself, right? My idea was like, hey, man, I'm generating this leads and this calls. And at one point, I was doing about 200 to 250 signups per month. I'm like, those could all be my clients if I ran the company. But then I came to realize that that would be too much work. So I would just generate the leads and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. But let me share my screen real quick. Give me a second, okay? Um, Let me see right here on the courses. Uh, Quick question. Any of you guys do credit repair lead gen right now? Anybody watching? Do you generate phone calls or leads for credit repair services, or do you own a credit repair company yourself, or do you know somebody that owns a credit repair company? Okay, okay, okay. One second, okay, guys. So you should be able to see my screen here. Uh, if you can see my screen, do me a favor and just comment. So what you're seeing right here, it was the original live that I did for this credit repair course that I put together for you guys. This credit repair course is an intro. Here's a master class, which I'm about to show you. The Facebook ads, the ads and copies that I'm using, the custom audience that you can download, private policies, TCPA disclaimers, there's some lead ads and retargeting ads I have to finish. Profits, your first lead buyer, direct buyers, affiliate networks. And then on the automation side, I talk here about setting up your Ringba account as far as your Twilio account, your Zapier account, your Textable account. I have to update this because there's better tools available now. And then if you own a credit repair service company and you use something like credit can talk today credit repair cloud, you can you can go ahead and link it right here as far as adding your leads to Vichy Dial if you're running a call center, or if you have a dialer, then how to add those leads. As far as scaling the business, hiring remote agents so they can answer the calls and do outbound calls, setting up the dialer, the outbound script. There's some upgrades, some support, some landing pages, and some other resources. I think I included here professional recordings. So it sounds like this.
Hey there, thank you for requesting your free credit report consultation. Please press 1 to speak with a credit repair specialist now.
So stuff like that is included. I also link it to the person who recorded it on Fiverr. Should you need to record something of yourself. So what I want to show you here real quick, this is the video. This is a master class that I did, and to show you, this is back when I used to be on the beach, to show you what it's all about. So give me a second. Google Sheet, and this Google Sheet is to show you. Do me a favor, if you can hear me talking here, can you please comment? What we're going to be using, right? So we're going to be doing a Facebook campaign. This is going to be my primary text, my headlines, my description, my TCPA disclaimer, and I'm going to show you how we're going to use all of that. And some of the tools that we're going to use to make all of this happen. We're going to be using Zapier. We're also going to be using Twilio. We're going to be using Ringba, and this is optional. And we're going to be using Textable, which is free. These are the tools that we're going to use. So Twilio is going to be a tool that we're going to use to integrate our, or better yet, for our Facebook leads to flow from Facebook to the different destinations, right? Twilio is going to be our telecom provider to send text messages. Ringba is going to be our call tracking. And Textable is going to be so we can reply to SMS. All right, so far so good. If you have any questions, just make sure that you comment your questions, and I'll be answering them as I go through them. All right, so this is my one of my ad accounts, right? You can see here for the last 7 days, generated 754 leads, around $1.82 per lead, spent roughly $462.52. Okay. Also, I forgot to mention another tool that we're going to be using, which is Vichy Dial. We're not going to have time to cover that today, but this is going to be an auto dialer. And then if we're going to be hiring agents, I use onlinejobs.ph. I also use getcaller.com. Not sure if it's getcaller or getcallers. Outbound.com and overpass.com. Great. This is the back end of my ads manager, of my Facebook ads manager. And what we're going to do here is we're going to create, instead of just showing you my campaign, we're going to make one from scratch. So what you're going to hit here where it says create. And then you're going to choose your objective, your marketing objective for the campaign. So for this campaign, we're going to be doing lead generation. So we're going to click here where it says lead generation. We're going to scroll down, and I like to name my campaigns, my lead generation campaign, that this will be top of funnel, and this will be a lead gen campaign for credit repair. Okay. Make sure that you have CBO, or campaign budget optimization, turned on. And for right now, our daily budget is going to be $100 because this is a new campaign and we want to get results as fast as possible. Then later on, we're going to play with our daily budget. But for right now, we're just going to leave it at $100, and we're going to click here, continue. And now we are in the ad set level. And in the ad set level, what you want to do is you want to name your ad set, right? So my first ad set is going to be an ad set targeting level people that have bad credit. You want to name your ad set. You're going to name this US, and then from experience, usually it works better for individuals that are 30 years and older. So 30 to 55 or 30 to 60, it works the best, right? So I'm going to name this 30 to 60. And I'm going to name it credit repair bad credit. Then here you're going to choose a Facebook page. You have to have a Facebook page in order to run Facebook ads, right? So, well, in order to run lead generation Facebook ads. So you're going to choose here the page that you're working with. So I made a very generic page. It's called Credit Repair Pros. And then we don't have any custom audiences, so we're just going to leave this blank. And then we're going to change here where it says age. We're going to change it to 30. Then we're going to change it to 60. So 30 to 60. All genders. And then where it says detailed graphic, what you want to do here is when you change this to bad credit. See here, interest is bad credit. You have around 3.6 million people that have expressed interest in pages that are related to bad credit. Okay. Then in the languages, you want to make sure that you change this to English, all. Then where's automatic placement, I'm just going to leave that on as automatic placement. And I'm going to click here where it says continue. Now you are at the ad level of the campaign, and this will be where you create the ad itself, right? So I like to name this image number 1 short copy, because I'm going to be using a short copy for this ad. I do not have an Instagram account. If you have an Instagram account, you can select an Instagram account here for this page. But since I don't have one, I'm just going to leave it to use the page that I'm using right here. Then I am going to, I already have here an image from the page. This is, I believe this is the banner of the page, but I'm going to remove this. I'm going to clear the images. I'm going to get to that in a moment. I usually add the image last, but if you want to add the image now, so what you do is you're going to come here to where it says add images. These are different images that I have. So you can upload them. You can come here.
And let's go to my desktop, and I can upload this image, for example. I'll select this image, click continue. The image will be selected. Not sure why it's showing like that. Okay, so this will be the image. Now, where you see where it says primary text, the primary text, you want to come here and grab any of this primary text. From experience, it works best when you use short and quick punchlines or call to actions, right? So you can start with something like remove all negative items, bankruptcy, inquiry, judgment, payday, student loans, public records, and so on. You can just copy this and you will put it here in your primary text. And the primary text is going to show right above the image or the video. And by default, Facebook is only going to let you show 3 lines of text. So here you see there says 1, 2, 3. If I was to add a little bit more text, you will see now, let me add a little bit more. You will see that this text now will say see more. So what I do is I like to just show enough so that will not appear in my short copy, right? This is my short copy. So it's image number 1. And this is how it's going to look like. Remove all negative items, bankruptcy, inquiry, judgment, payday, student loans, and public records. Then I'm going to add my headline. And my headline could be like, get the credit that you deserve, or boost your credit scores today. So boost your scores today. So I will put it here. And then if you notice, I am not using the word credit anywhere in my copy, because if you do, automatically Facebook is going to think that this is like a special ad category. They're going to think that it's a credit opportunity, and then most likely they will reject your ad, and then you have to request a manual review. So if you don't use the word credit anywhere in your ad copy, you're going to have a much better chances, or I should say higher chances, of you getting your ad approved than when you do use the word credit. They're going to think, like I said, they're going to think that is a credit opportunity. Than when you do use. So now I'm just going to keep down here. And in my description, I'm just going to add the description, and the description is going to show right under the headline, which is unbeatable satisfaction guarantee, with a green check. Then I'm going to change the call to action from sign up to learn more. Right? So this is what the ad will show up, right? Remove all negative items, bankruptcy, inquiry, judgment, payday, student loans, public records. Boost your scores today. Unbeatable satisfaction guarantee. Learn more. So this pretty much is the ad that will display across the different outlets that Facebook have, right? So the mobile news feed, the desktop, the instant articles, in-stream, marketplace, and so on, Instagram, and so on. So if you want to see how it's going to look in one of these particular placements, you can just select that, and then you can see this is how it's going to look, for example, on your Instagram feed, and this is how it's going to look on an Instagram story. And you can do this to see the different placements. This is how it's going to look in the Explorer, and so on, right? But for right now, we're just going to leave it default to the mobile news feed. So this is my ad. This ad is done. Now, what you want to do is you want to create a page. I'm sorry, a form. So, and you have to be very careful when you're creating a form, because once you create a form, you will not be able to go back and edit the form. So you can duplicate that form, but you cannot edit that form. So what you want to do here is create a new form. Then you're going to name this form something that you can remember. So you can name this credit repair TCPA compliant form. So, and TCPA stands for Telephone Communication Privacy Act. So, and that is something that you want to make sure that you have your TCPA compliant form. So later on, either you or your buyer will not get sued because you call them from an auto dialer or send them a text message. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have that. Now you want to go to the settings and you want to make sure that this form is open. And why you want to do that is because if you leave it restricted, people will not be able to share your form. But if you leave it open, people are going to share your ad, and then other people will be able to fill out the form without, without having to worry about it. So now in your intro, you want to put something from your headline. So you can come back here to your headlines, and then you can choose, for example, free 24/7 consultation. And that's what's going to show up here. Then you can add make a 10-minute phone call and get the credit you deserve. Right? Your questions. So normally I will only ask for first name, last name, phone number, and email. That is enough for me to generate a lead, and that's the information that I pretty much need, right? The first name, last name, phone number, and email. So what you want to do here is please fill out your contact info below. Then I will remove the full name, and instead I want to go to user information. I'll put first name, user information, last name, and contact phone number. And I will move the first name to the top, last name, phone number, and email. So that's what it's going to look like. Please fill out your contact info below. So you're going to put here your first name, last name, phone number, and email. Then your privacy policy, you will have to have a privacy policy either on your Facebook page or on some other page. So if you have a page, then you can link your privacy policy to that page. If you don't have a page, then what I recommend is that you will post it in your Facebook page. But I will strongly recommend that you set up a landing page for your credit repair campaigns. Let me just go here. Just going to use this URL for now. And then where it says custom disclaimer, here's where you're going to add your TCPA disclaimer. So this is going to be TCPA disclaimer. Then you're going to copy your TCPA disclaimer. And you're going to paste it here. And you're going to substitute here where it says your company for your company name or your page name. Then you're going to come down to the thank you page. And here in the thank you page, what you want to do is instead of say thanks, you're all set, you're going to say wait, you're not done yet. Click to call or click to get your free credit consultation now. You're going to come here and copy your phone number. And you're going to change this button from view website to call business. And you're going to paste this here. And you're going to paste this here. Right? And what you can do here is call now. We are open 24/7. The reason why I'm putting that is because the buyer that I'm sending the calls to is open 24/7. So you do want them to call at any time, right? Whenever it's convenient for them, whether it's in the morning, in the afternoon, at nighttime, you want them to call. They are open 24/7. The sales line will pick up the call 24/7. And we're also going to set up a little integration that if they do call and they hang up, they're going to get a text message that is going to provide them with a phone number so they can call again. All right. Now this is done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here where it says save. And I'm going to click where it says finish. Make sure that you select use the image from the ad. I'm going to save it again and finish. And that's pretty much it. Now you have your ad copy here and you have your form done. And if you want to see the different context card of your form, you can just come here and click. You can see this will be where you type in the contact information. This will be your TCPA disclaimer. And this will be your thank you screen where it says, wait, you're not done yet. Click to get your free credit consultation now. Right? Now what you want to do is you want to come here and click confirm. And voila, you're done. You created your first credit repair ad. And it's good to go. Right now, it's going to go into review. And once it gets out of the review, it's going to get approved and it's going to start generating leads. But we're not done yet. We're going to come here and what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this ad. So we're going to now use a video and then we're also going to use a long copy. So how you do that is just click here where it says duplicate. And then you're going to click duplicate. And this is going to be the same copy. The only difference is that instead of an image, we are going to use a video. I was going to have a very simple, short video. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to change the creative from an image to a video, and we're going to hit publish. Now, my one campaign here has one ad set that is targeting people with bad credit, and it has an image that has a short copy, and it has the same copy but as a video, right? So now I have an image and a video. Then what you can do is you can duplicate now this ad set. You just come here where it says duplicate, and you duplicate this ad set. Click duplicate. Now, instead of targeting people that have bad credit, I'm going to target people that had previously filled out a form. Now, if you're new to creating this campaign, you don't have any data. So you don't have any data of people that have filled out the form. But if you do have a list of emails or a list of phone numbers of people that have bad credit, then you can do that to create a lookalike audience, right? So you can pretty much run a different campaign that is, instead of using affinity as a targeting, is going to use lookalike audience, right? So here we're going to name this lookalike audience. And I'm going to create a new audience. So I'm going to create a custom audience. And this custom audience is going to be from people that fill out my leads before. And I'm going to change this to credit repair. I'm going to choose all of the forms. And I'm going to type in here, let me X this out. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Select all. There you go. And I'm going to hit click here, and then I'm going to name this submitted credit repair form. And instead of saying anyone who opened this form, I'm going to change it to people who opened and submitted the form in the last 90 days. And I create this audience that I'm going to go ahead and create a lookalike audience. This lookalike audience, I'm going to create it at 3%. From testing, 3% works a little bit better than 1% in most cases. Right. So now here where it says engagement, lead ad, submitted credit repair form, you want to make sure that you X this out, and then instead you exclude that because you do not want to show the ad to somebody that already submitted the form. So you want to make sure that you exclude that. So submitted credit repair form. So you do want to show it to similar people, but you don't necessarily want to show it to somebody who already filled out the form, right? And then you're going to keep the same ad copy for this. Short lookalike. And short lookalike. And you're going to hit publish. All right, so now you have one in review, one is draft, and you have a campaign with two different ad sets. Now, one is that is done. Then what you want to do then is move on now into the automation and integration. Okay. So let me come back into the screen, and so far so good. You guys are so far with me. Let me go to see all the questions that we have. So there's a comment, why wouldn't you just use Shipley for texting and call tracking? You could use it. It's everybody's personal choice. Get the credits or the results you deserve. That's a good observation. You can use it, and you can test out different ad copies and see which one works best for you. Here it says, so it's fine that the word credit is everywhere else, just not in the actual ad copy. Yeah, mostly the problems will be if the word credit is in the actual ad copy. But if it's in the form or everywhere else, it doesn't really matter. But if it is in the ad copy, they will flag it. They will say that it's a credit opportunity and it needs to be ran in the special ad category, which it will limit your options drastically as far as targeting goes. Okay. Now let's move now to the second part of it, and the second part of it will be the automation of it, right? What will happen once the lead comes in? Once somebody fills out the form, so what's going to happen next, okay? So let me go back to the screen so I can continue with this. So now what I recommend is you go to sapiers.com. You will need a pro account, and it's going to cost, I believe, that around $19 per month. So what you want to do here is you want to make a SAP. And you're going to type in here Facebook lead ads. When a new lead comes in, that's going to be our trigger. And then you're going to select your Facebook account. I have quite a few of them, so use this one. And you're going to choose a page that you're working with. So, and then the form that we just created was a credit repair TCPA compliant form. And continue. You're going to test this trigger. Because we don't have any real data yet, it's just going to pull dummy data at first. So we're going to hit continue. So when this happens, what we want to do, as the moment that this happens, is that we want to send them a text message, okay? So we want to send them a text message saying, hey, call now. So in order for that to happen, I personally use Twilio. You can use any other provider that you want to, but I personally use Twilio. So I will go to twilio.com and you can sign up here or log into your existing account. Then if you don't have a phone number, you can come here to phone numbers and you can just click the plus to buy a phone number. You can buy here phone number 305 here in Miami, or 561 or a 866 or whatever might be the case. I'm already using a 305 phone number that I have right here. And I'm going to come here to my message log. And I'm just going to choose the same message that I'm using, right? I'm going to copy this message. And then here I'm going to type in Twilio. Send SMS. This is going to ask you to connect to your account. And then you hit continue. And then from number is going to be my credit repair phone number. And then the to number is going to be the customer number. So you want to click here where it says all options, and you're going to select the phone number. And then the message, I'm just going to type in the same message that I just copy and pasted, right? So the message is, we fix your credit fast. Start today for only $19. Instant access to all 3 credit scores and reports. Unbeatable satisfaction guarantee. Then we're going to hit continue. Now, before I wrote this message, I'd make sure that it's 160 characters. That's how long your message can be before it is sent in multiple texts, right? So if you want it to be just sent in one text, you want to make sure that you stay under 160 characters. Because if you go over 160 character, what's going to happen is that the person is going to get more than one text. They're going to get 2 text messages. So just going to keep it under 160, and then you're going to hit here, continue. And then because this phone number is a dummy phone number, I'm not going to select test and continue. I'm just going to select skip test. So now what happens is as soon as a Facebook lead comes in, they are going to get a text message. Now, we can be done editing here and turn on this SAP, or we can get a little bit more complex and send this SAP to your auto dialer. Now, I use Vichy Dial as my auto dialer. It's an open software, open source software that you can install. And let me show you guys how it is that it looks like when you actually have it installed. So this is what it actually will look like. And then in your auto dialer, you want to make sure that you have your list. Here you can create a new list. And you can name this list just for demo purposes. I'm going to name it 444-55555. Then I'm going to name this list Facebook credit repair leads. These are Facebook credit repair leads. And I'm going to assign it to a campaign, and I'm going to hit submit, right? So now my list, it's here. And then now what I can do is I can integrate. Let me make sure that you name this. I forgot to do it. And you can integrate into Vichy Dial. So when the lead comes in, it will be automatically added into the list. I will do that in a second video because it takes a little bit of time. You have to connect to Vichy Dial through API, so the lead is automatically using the API code from their end, so the lead is automatically added to the list and to the hopper. So I will do that in another video, but that is something that you can do. So the lead will go automatically into your dialer. And then if you have agents, as I mentioned, that you can hire agents from online jobs or get callers or outbound or overpass. So if you have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 agents in the dialer, they can go ahead and dial that lead and use the script. I'm going to show you what my script looks like. So let me make sure that you can see it. This is what my script looks like. So my agent, as soon as the lead comes in, is going to dial that lead, and the agent is going to say, hey, John, my name is Carlos with Credit Repair Network on a recorded line. How are you today? Wait for an answer. I'm doing great. Oh, I'm reaching out because recently you expressed interest in getting your credit repair. Is that correct? They say yes. Okay, great. So your last name is Smith, correct? Yes. Okay, great. So I just have a couple quick questions to make sure you qualify. So one is, do you have any negative items affecting your credit score? And they're going to say either yes or no. Are you currently employed or received a fixed income? You want to ask that question because you want to make sure that they can afford the service. And the last question, are you trying to repair your credit to purchase a house or a car? And the reason why we ask that, because through testing, most of the time when people want to fix their credit is because they want to make a big purchase. They either want to buy a house, or they want to buy a vehicle, or they want to get funding to start a company, or they want to get a credit card, or so on, right? So if they're going to tell you, oh, yes, I'm trying to fix my credit because I'm trying to buy a house next year and the next couple of years, or I'm trying to buy a new vehicle, or I'm trying to get a credit card, or I'm trying to start a business, or I'm trying to get some funding. I'm like, okay, great. So we can help you. We can definitely help you. So what I'm going to do I'm going to transfer you to a credit specialist to help you fix your credit. And then at that moment, the agent will transfer the call, and that call will be sold to the buyer, right? So that is what the script looks like. You can modify the script however you want, or however it makes sense for you. I just use a very simple script, and the simpler that you keep it, the better the results, okay? So now you have this automation here. You have your ad still in review. It's going to generate the leads. It's going to come into Zapier. So you're going to have your lead comes in, and you're going to send out a message. Before we do that, we're going to make sure that when they call this number is going to go, when they call this 305 number, we want to make sure that this number goes into our call tracking software. So I personally use ringbot.com. You're welcome to use any other software or whatever you want. I worked out a special deal with the Ringbot team. So what you can do is you can come here into pricing, and then you can sign up for the basic plan, which is $0 per month. So you just sign up for this basic plan. As soon as you sign up, I am going to leave the contact info in the course, so you can contact Sean, and Sean is going to upgrade you to the enterprise plan, and he's going to give you a much better price per minute, and phone numbers and call recordings and stuff like that. So basically, that's going to be a $1,200 a year saving, and just because I will introduce you to Sean. This is something that I worked out for all my students, so they can get the best out of it and not having to pay $99 a month for this service, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and log in into my own Ringbot account. And then here, what you want to do once you're inside your Ringbot account. So today, we generated so far 210 phone calls, and some of them are credit repair, credit debt, MCA, health insurance, final expense, and so on. But just to keep going with this demo, so what you want to do here is you want to come into campaigns, and you want to create a campaign, and then you're going to name this campaign Facebook Credit Repair. You're going to select your country or the country for this campaign. You're going to hit continue. Here's going to ask you to create a phone number. Because I already have one, I'm not going to click continue. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to manage my existing campaign, and I will show you what it looks like. So this is my existing campaign. Then here you can see who I'm selling these calls to, right? So I'm selling these calls to the credit pros, and I'm selling these calls to the credit people. And actually, I have an overflow buyer, which is DMS, and those calls, they go to Lexington Law, right? But the number one here, my priority one, my weight one, they go to the credit pros and the credit people. So what I do is I send the calls, because some call centers will answer faster than other call centers. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have at least 2 call center answering those phone calls, so you can maximize um, your waiting time, right? You don't want to make sure that the person is not waiting too long. Then here, if you come down to pixels, which I'll make another video with this pixels get triggered as soon as a phone call comes in, and that is how um, my buyer are notified through API that a phone call came in. And then I have a Zapier integration here. And what this does is a post, it's a webhook. So it will push the phone number out for any phone call that was under 3,600 seconds. I believe that's 5 minutes. So any call that was under 5 minutes is going to send them a text message, and it's going to be this same text message that you're seeing here. So if I go to my log here and you see all these text messages, right? These are all text messages that are being sent as soon as, if anybody calls and the phone and the call is less than 5 minutes, they're going to get this text message. And why? Because they can call back then whenever it's convenient for them, right? But one last step while we're in Twilio is we want to make sure that our phone number, it's routed to our number here, to our publishing number. This is the number that I'm using here. So you want to make sure that this phone number is routed to this publishing number. So what you want to do is you want to come to your Twilio account. You want to click in this 3 dots so you can see all products and services. Then you're going to come down to where it says Studio, and then you can click Studio. You're going to create a flow, and you're going to name this flow, for example, Facebook credit repair. You're going to hit next. And what you want to do with this flow is you want to do call forwarding. So you're going to click here where it says call forwarding, and you're going to hit next. Let me X this video out. You're going to click here in the call forwarding. On the left-hand side, you're going to see a default number. So you want to substitute that for your campaign number, which is the number that we got from our Ringbot account. So you want to substitute that, and then you want to hit save. And then you want to publish this. You're going to hit publish. Then you're going to come back to your phone number. When you're in this phone number, you want to come down here, and you're going to change. You see where it says voice? It says webhook. You want to make sure that you change this to where it says webhook and studio or proxy. So you're going to change that. And then where it says flows, you want to make sure that you look here for the one that says studio flow, and you're going to choose the Facebook credit repair, which is what we just did. So now when you call this phone number is going to be automatically forward to your campaign. So as this phone number is going to be automatically forward, and once it's forward to your Ringbot account, then Ringbot is going to take care of distributing this call to the right buyer based on your configuration of who do you want the calls to go to, right? Your call routing. So in this call routing, I have 3 buyers, and then based on that is who you want to send the calls to, right? So that's pretty much how you do it, and how you make a Facebook credit repair campaign from start to finish. So let me just recap. We created this ads, it's still in review. We created two ad set. One is a lookalike audience, and what I'm going to do in the course, I am going to give you a file. And this file is going to contain emails, so you can create a custom audience without spending the money. So the file that I'm giving you, I had to personally spend over $10,000 to generate all those leads. So I am giving it to you so you can use that file to create a custom audience and then create a lookalike audience, so you don't have to spend that much money. So that's going to give you a huge advantage, right? And then you're going to target bad credit, and you can try targeting as many different as many different interests as you want, right? You want to target until you find the one. Now, from experience, I can tell you that bad credit works. People that are looking for a home or houses, I should say, that works great. People that are looking to start a business or are business owners, it works really well. And so you want to try different ones, and then you also want to try targeting people that are active users of things that are related to credit, such as Credit Karma or Credit Sesame, or maybe you want to target people that are actively in a um, real estate shopping app like Trulia or Zillow or Redfin or any of those, right? Because if they're looking for a home, then you can customize your ad so you can kind of target those people. And I'm also going to include this sheet. I'm going to elaborate a little bit more so you can kind of copy this different ad copies that I use. And these are the different ads that we created. So we now have ads. Let me unselect this so you can see. So we now have ads that are videos and there are images, and this is a short copy. You can definitely write a long copy and test that out. I'm just doing a short copy now for time purposes. Now the integration that we did with Zapier, it's a very simple integration. The lead comes in, we send them a text message. Then in the second video, I'm going to show you how to connect this with the auto dialer. But first, I have to show you how to set up an auto dialer and configure it so then you can connect to it. And then on the Twilio is where you're going to get your phone numbers. And then if somebody calls, that phone number is going to be routed to your Ringbot account. And then if somebody texts, that's where Textable comes into play. So Textable is a free it's a free app. Oh, that's not it. And like I said, you can use whatever you want to use, but this is definitely a free app that you can start using, and you can connect this to your Ringbot, to your Twilio phone number, right? That will tell you how to come here and update it, connect it to your Twilio phone number, and then you can reply to it, do auto reply, send out messages. You can even download this app to your phone so you can be on the go answering back to people that have questions such as how much does it cost, or I'm driving right now, call me later, and things like that. You can always be like, hey, we're here to help you, call anytime, and kind of support those leads over text message. Okay.
All right, guys.
So far, so good. Now I'm going to take the time to read some of the questions that you guys have.
There you go. So, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do next. I'm going to, first of all, I hope that you enjoy the training, to full training on how to set up a credit repair campaign on Facebook and how to run it. Believe it or not, that campaign is still profitable to this day. Credit repair is a great evergreen offer that you can run. So, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to go through some of these questions and then answer them as much as I can. So the first one here. So we don't have to click special ad categories. So at the time, you can get away without clicking it by not using the word credit or anything like that. You can try that approach and see if it still works for you. The safest way, however, is to click on special ad category, and then you don't have to worry about anything else. Rainier, how's it going, buddy? That's fire. Appreciate it. Do you think Messenger will work better than instant forms now, since that seems to be trendy lately? They work just as good, forms and Messenger, and you can do many things with both of the approaches. Just try and see which one works best for you. My whole ideology behind Facebook, or what I've seen from my experience, is whenever you keep somebody inside the Facebook ecosystem, meaning they don't have to go to a third party website, your lead cost is going to be lower. So yeah, he's either using instant form or some type of mini chat or messenger will also work great. Try both and see which one works best for you. Money Making Mondays are fire. This amazing content and information. Thank you. You are welcome. What is called Ringbot? Ringbot is a call tracking platform. Ringbot.com. You can check it out. What ROI have you seen personally from chatbot strategy on Facebook ads, on Google ads? So I haven't used a chatbot on Google ads, but on Facebook, I do see pretty decent ROI, both in the front end and in the back end with lead monetization. I shoot for at least like a 2 time ROI minimum. And then anything above that, it comes with optimization and angles and strategies. Limitations of chatbot strategy. So it really depends the tools that you're using. Like if you're using like ManyChat, um, you have a lot of stuff or like go high level. I hear a lot about them. I personally don't use it, but I use ManyChat before, and you can do anything because you can run code in it, and then you can call like outside databases or s- info storage if you're collecting like consumer profiles and stuff like that, or you can trigger flows and by triggering pixels, and you can or webhooks, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. So as far as limitations, I can't think of one right now, but I tell you what a con is. The con is that sometimes with the chatbot, people don't necessarily, especially if you're using like pre-filled information that they just click and then it continues. Sometimes that information is not accurate, so I try to stay away from those and try to actually have people click on it. So let me show you real quick. This is not a messenger bot, but it could easily be a messenger bot if I just was to like change it real quick. But let me show you what I mean by that. Give me 1 second. So this is a bot for healthcare, right? So it's a pretty simple. I updated it actually. Ask you here, are you in Medicaid or Medicare? So let's say I'm not. So are you looking for individual or family? So individual. Have you recently lost coverage? I say no, I haven't. Let's say I make below 20,000. So you can see here that great news, I qualify. So if I click here to speak with an agent, then what this is going to do is it's going to call, it's going to give me a phone number and it's going to prompt a phone call here. But if I was to restart this chat, this bot, and then I was like, um, let me show you the different flow. Let's say I am on Medicare, a Medicaid, I'm sorry, I'm looking for a family plan. There's 3 of us. Yes, great news. I qualify, and I go ahead and be like, okay, let me complete my enrollment online. You can see here it says, great. What is your first name? And then how old are you? What is your phone number and your email? And then because this is interesting, because I said here that I was on that I was on Medicaid chip or Medicare, because I said that, and the person said that they want to complete the enrollment online. Um, so technically, the buyer will not want to have somebody that is on Medicaid for this offer. So what I do is I try to monetize it with another offer. So you can see here that because this is true, because they're on Medicaid, so I'll try to monetize it another way, not just with healthcare, but with something else. So here you see our records indicates that you may be owed up to $500 or more. So if the person click here, continue, then it will take him to an offer here that you can see here. The I pass the parameters here in the URL. I don't know what happened there, but it takes you to an offer. If you were to click on something else, and it will continue on and on and on. But that's one example of what you can do with a chatbot. Uh, Outbound dialing tool that calls client and affiliate offers and unique network that are at the same time. You can do it with Twilio. So you can call with Twilio, you can set up integration that will call the client, play a recording, and then the client will have to press one, and then it will be connected to whatever target you want to connect it. That is what I showed here. Let me see. Let me share my screen again. 1 second. That's what I showed here on this recording right here.
Hey there, thank you for requesting your free credit report consultation. Please press 1 to speak with a credit repair specialist now.
So there you go. So that you can use that as, you can use it in Twilio or Plivo or any other software that can make an outbound call. So if you generate a lead and you have a TCPA that you can call this lead, then what you will do is you will trigger this outbound call to that phone number. When the person answers they will hear this recording. They can press one, and when they do press one, it will go then to whatever target you want it to go to, if that makes sense. Andrew's nice presentation. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you like it. What kind of suspension I will get publishing first at on Google? I'm not sure I understand that question. Tutorials or videos you can recommend for pink trees sending leads? Actually, I was planning on doing something like that. I'm actually going to have a Pinktree lead software. I don't want to disclose the name yet, but I'm going to have them come on a call, and we're going to do like a whole bunch of trainings, a long training, and cut it into smaller trainings on setting up pink trees for leads and monetizing them. Then I'm working on that. I'll keep you updated, but I'll move it up the list so we can get that done as soon as possible. For this funnel, which offer would you recommend from Unique Media Group? So you can log in, and we have several credit repair offers. We have on duration on CPA. The ones on duration, we have them on English and Spanish, as well as the CPA offers. So you can log in, and we can start generating these calls. We can start buying these calls right away. I'm actually running this campaign. Well, you saw that I was running it before, but it's still running it. So it's still profitable. It's a great campaign to run. It's a side campaign to run. I full disclosure, I've personally never been able to scale it to like 6 figures a month. Myself, I never have. I know other people have. Maybe if I dedicate more time into it, but the campaign will have no problem generating, good money. Just I gotta tweak it a little bit to push it to like a 6 figures a month consistently campaign. So that will be interesting to do that and document it. Anyways, if you guys have any other questions, please comment below. Otherwise, I'm gonna call it a day and continue on with my Monday. So any questions before I go? Let's take a couple more seconds to answer. Have you tried a redirect to call on Facebook clicks? Yes, I have. Yeah. So it's actually, if you go to, I actually have it even in the chat bot. So the one that I was showing you. So um, on window load, stuff like that. Let me see that. So here, I don't have it on as soon as the call happened. I don't know if that's your question. I don't have it as soon as the call happens, but I have it here, right here. As soon as you click here, it will redirect to a call. I done some as soon as the page load type of stuff that it will open the call. I should test that out actually. because I've done it for some flight campaigns in the past and it works pretty well. But as soon as you click here, it will open. You can't see it because I'm in my desktop, but it will. If you were in your computer, I'm sorry, in your mobile device, it will open a phone number for you to call to click. Redirect to call on Facebook, click on the ad copy. Yeah, I haven't tried that yet. I will try it. I done it in Google, but not in Facebook. I mean, this is the same thing. I got to try that one out. So you meaning like, as soon as the person clicks on the Facebook link, it will open the dial pad pretty much, right? Yeah, so I do it in this final step, but yeah, I can easily, if I was to do that. So let me just show you real quick. Let me not take too much time, but let me show you real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me load up something real quick. Okay, let me share my screen. So you can see my screen right here. This is the bot behind that you were looking at. So this is a chat bot right here that you're looking at. So what you're saying is a redirect to call as soon. So what I can do is I can just plug it right here, right? So I can just add uh, message. I don't want to add a message. I'm sorry. Right here. So this code right here will be the redirect that you're mentioning. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this and I'm gonna reroute this to go through here and then continue on the flow. And then I'm gonna hit publish, right? And then as soon as this page loads right now, you're gonna see that it's gonna prompt a phone call. So if I was to load this page right now, obviously I have to click start again. But as soon as I click anything here, it's gonna, trigger a phone call. So if I click yes, you can see here that this popped up and it triggers the call right there. I can move it further up, but I want them to click at least on something and engage, at least for this demo or this strategy. The redirect works on iOS. I heard that Android gets a block. Do you hear about that? Well, let's do something. Can you guys do me a favor? Can you go to this website and let me know? So let me open a notepad. So in your Android and mobile phone, go to this website and let me know if the redirect is working fine. All right. So can you guys do me that favor and confirm real quick? Visit this website. Let me just do it from my let me do it from my phone too. I have an iPhone, so give me a second. On iOS, it's fine, perfect. Redirect to call works fine. What about on absolute page load? I can do it on absolute page load too. Uh, I'm not sure how I will be able to do it in a chat bot without initiating the bot. It will have to be like on the landing page. Like it wouldn't be in a bot itself, but actually, give me a second. I like it. I like it. I like it because I think. Give me a second. I think I can do it on the chat bot itself. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm just gonna add the script to the head. No, I gotta try it. It's only triggering here, but I gotta try it. I'll play with the script. Maybe I gotta use a different code for on page load. I know I have it somewhere. Yeah, add it to the head and load. Yeah. On absolute page load would mean cheaper click cost compared to call only ads on Facebook, in my opinion. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Uh, I am going to try it. Even in that scenario, I will still put an IVR just to make sure I don't get like a bunch of misdial or blanks on the line. So I would just put an IVR just to confirm intent before moving forward. But absolutely right about that. Uh, wow, I just looked down and I didn't realize the time. So it's my time for me to go because I have another call in a few minutes. But I appreciate you guys for being here. I hope that you found this training today useful. And if you want to learn more, just reach out or comment below. We do have the full training for this. If you're interested in learning more about credit repair or lead gen in general, check out this right here and you will see the master class that I just went over. You're going to see the videos, the ad copies, the custom audiences, profits, automations. You can see different videos here, hiring agents, and so on. And if you're interested in that, you can visit, excuse me, you can visit this link, which I'm posting. And that will be all for today. Thank you so much. Stay blessed. Peace out. Okay.